Do you want to know what I think? I think this thing is a piece of crap. We can't be dealing with this. Nah, no way. No. This, not happening. That's some bullshit right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I should probably mention this whole monthly thing right here. I've decided to turn these videos into a monthly thing instead of a weekly thing, just to increase the quality a bit. Anyway, I think there's 3 main things that can be improved with this piece of crap. Number 1, hopping up onto the fuel tank is such a pain. There are some invisible steps there, but they're quite hard to jump up, so that's the first thing that I need to look at. Next, I think, is the general usability. If you're trying to build down a ramp, it kind of doesn't really work. It's quite hard to kind of get in there because of the bad turning circle, and actually creating a ramp that works is a bit of a struggle. That's something that I'm going to look into. And finally, it's everything flipping out of control. We've seen this before with the truck close to the game's launch, and I never really got round to putting some of those fixes onto this new excavator.
What you're seeing in front of you is the physics asset of the truck. And this is basically the hitbox, I guess you would say. It's the physical reactions between the player, the world, and the vehicle. This one is alright, it's not perfect. There are some issues, like for instance, these spheres here, they kind of dictate how big the wheel should be, but in reaction to other items hitting that wheel. Now, these back ones here are a bit smaller. If they're any bigger, they kind of hit things in the back of the truck, so they just need to be this size. All these vehicles in the game have these physics assets. And there's a bit of a problem because when it comes to the mining vehicle, you can see this is a piece of crap. The wheels on the vehicles could be way bigger. I'm not sure why I made them so small. There's probably a reason I've forgotten about, but I don't think it actually matters. It is quite good to use these capsule sphere shapes, just because if you bump into things, it's kind of a little bit nicer. You can see here there's a bit more of an extent on the front, and that's because the arm that moves up and down doesn't have physics on it. So I like to put just a little bit of fake stuff there to kind of get in the way. Over here you can see where I've actually made that step, although it's not working very well. This viewport is really annoying. It's quite hard to see everything with these glowy spheres kind of not really interacting with anything. Okay, so I finished some of those changes. What I've done here is I've expanded out 2 blocks on either side of here to kind of give it the wheel arches a bit more bulk. I've also increased the wheel sizes, and I've just tested that out, and that is working a lot better. It's actually stopping the vehicle flipping so much, which is really nice to see. And then finally, I've also kind of moved this thing out and kind of remodeled it a little bit to make it a little bit better. One of the issues I'm seeing here is just the general maneuverability of the vehicle. The wheels can only turn to a 20-degree angle, which makes it quite hard to maneuver the vehicle. So I think I'm going to increase that to 25 or 30, just to make turning a little bit easier. Things are really starting to get there with the excavator. You can see here I've actually increased the turning angle of the wheels, so now you can turn into a 30-degree turn instead of 20, and that is a lot better. There is one more thing that I want to work on, and that's usability of digging straight downwards. Right now you can either dig kind of almost directly upwards and almost directly downwards, but I feel like this is a little bit silly, because if you dig directly downwards, then you're making a ramp that's literally impossible to drive down. So what I'm thinking is changing it so the angle is actually limited to about here or so. Just so then when you actually make that ramp downwards, then it's going to be a nice smooth drive down the hill. There's also one slight issue where sometimes it kind of doesn't really register that it's inside the ground, like right here. So that's one more thing that I'm going to look at as well. I've just made those final changes right there. I've increased the power of the engine, also adding some differential lock so the wheels can spin by themselves and not together. Also, one of the changes was making it so when the barrel is placed in the ground like this, it'll actually dig straight away. Before, what was happening is if you actually put it in there, you kind of need to lift it up, turn it on, and then dig down. So I fixed up that little issue, and then also I limited the amount that you can put the barrel down. So you can see here the barrel can only go down to this amount right here. I have made it so you can raise it a bit higher, just because I think that does look kind of cool. So let's dig down here. So there's a lot more power now, so it can actually kind of climb back up like this. we've actually just found something. Nice. Yeah, sorry for the spoilers there. So yeah, this is working a lot nicer. I'm really happy with this. I'm going to put it into testing and probably do a bit more work based on some player feedback. This episode is going to be a bit of a short one just because I'm setting things up at my new place and I haven't had too much time to work on things.
Alright, so I got something real special here. I was digging through my files and I actually found something pretty cool. It was the old version just before the new map came into Hydroneer. So I uploaded it and put it on Steam. If you smack that Properties tab, go over to the betas, and then head down the list and you can find the beta for the previous version. Basically, it's just a different branch. It'll download the files, then you can hop onto it. It's got some pretty cool things like the car, one of my favorite crappy features. It's got the previous map, a snowy area. Oh god, I know all the comments in this video are going to be bring back the car. Another thing I need to tell you guys about is the new public testing. If you head over to the Discord, you go over to that welcome page and there's a little button to press. If you press that, you can get invited to the testing branch. There's some private channels that'll open up for you if you're interested in joining the army of slaves to find some bugs. Anyway, this has been a new video in my new flat. This is a bit of a new format. If you guys have enjoyed this new format, please let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. A big thank you to my Patreons, and I will see all you guys next month.